Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Look, the month of March, we absolutely kicked the crap out of the books, man. We hit over a 60% clip for the entire month of March. Like, it was a beautiful month. We made a ton of money. We absolutely murdered it. But since that calendar turned to April, man, the books have been kicking my ass. Y'all know me, man. I call a spade a spade. Never lie, never hide from it. Tell you exactly what's going on. It's been a fairly rough week for me. It has. I dropped my NBA Player of the Day yesterday. Had the Houston Rockets. I actually bet them fairly big. I absolutely loved the spot and situation for the Rockets yesterday. That's what's led us to the magnificent season we've had thus far this season. Trusting the spots and situations. Double revenge spot at home, at the crib. Best home ATS team in basketball. Do or die spot for the Rockets. If they lose, they're pretty much out of the play-in race. If they win, they were only a game and a half, 2 games back of the Warriors for the final spot. And the Warriors came in there and took them boys behind the woodshed. I was thoroughly surprised to see that happen. I did lose a pretty bit of coin on that one, but it happens, man. It happens. You know what I mean? We're going to bounce back today on a money-making Friday. Bounce back Friday. Got the Cardis on, man. It's that timing. We're on that timing today. Let's get it back, man. Let's get it back. When we go cold here on the jam session, I usually mean there's a heater coming up on the horizon. Let's start that today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below, my Instagram as well. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA Player of the Day. Man, we've hit 5 of our last 8 on that NBA Player of the Day. Looking to bounce back on it today. Or you can hop on something long term. Like I said, we're enjoying a tremendous NBA season. Been a fairly rough week, but looking to bounce back on a money-making bounce back Friday. Or you can join my All Access Club. It's a higher ticket to get in, but, the way we've been running all season, you'll have it back like that. Look, I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Bounce back Friday, money-making Friday. I have the graphics back for y'all. Graphics are back today. I know the jam session was late. A lot going on, but I did bring the graphics back for y'all on a Friday, so hopefully y'all appreciate that. And without further ado, man, let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. Let's try to smash it per usual. Without further ado, man, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Graphics are back, man. We got the Magic laying 11.5 on the Charlotte Hornets. I lean in the direction of the Orlando Magic here in this one. They are still currently the best ATS team in basketball. You've made more money betting Orlando this season, more so than any other team. The Hornets, they've been terrible, the last month or so. This little homestand they've been on hasn't been kind to them either. They've been aired out by Boston, aired out by the Clips, aired out by Golden State. They even let Portland come in there and beat them. I think the Magic, a team that's beaten bad teams by margin all season, comes in there, takes them behind the woodshed. Give me the Orlando Magic here in our first game of the day. No problem laying the points with them boys. Next game up, we got our favorite money-making team, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. They're out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers, the Halliburtons. We love the Pacers here on this program as well. We've said for most of the season, Thunder Buddies for life. The thing is they're not at full strength. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP candidate, their best player. He's out again for this one. Jalen Williams, their second best player, well, he's game time decision. That's what's looming over this game. The Thunder haven't quite been the same team without those two. Against Philadelphia, they had that game. They had that game against Philadelphia. Slipped away. Boston took them way behind the woodshed. I lean Indiana here. Not one of my favorite games of the night. I'm not necessarily rushing to fade Oklahoma City. Indiana, they're a tough team to figure out. They can come out there and beat up on the Lake Show Lakers like they did, a 19-point win. They can take a bad team behind the woodshed like the Brooklyn Nets, 135-111, but they're also capable of losing outright to bad teams like they did to Brooklyn, 115-111, and to Chicago, 125-99. This is all in their recent 5 games. Tough team to figure out. I also see Miles Turner game time decision. I just don't see a whole lot of value in this basketball game. Small lean on the Indiana Pacers, but 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10, I'm not betting this game. Next game up, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road facing the Washington Wizards. Wizards, 2.5-point home favorites here. Wizards are low-key playing the best basketball we've seen them play all season, but I cannot lay points with the Washington Wizards. I've told you guys for a good amount of time. In my power rankings, the Wizards are 30 of 30, worst team in the NBA. Laying points with them seems like you're asking to get your money took. I'm going to lean towards Portland at the plus money here. 2 bad teams, not a whole lot of value in this basketball game. Portland's bad as well. We just seen Portland, though, beat another bad team out on the road in the Charlotte Hornets. I think they have a legitimate shot to come here and beat the Washington Wizards as well. Not a whole lot of value here, but in a legitimate 50-50 game between 2 bad teams, much rather have the points in my back pocket or be attacking the plus money. Small lean on the Portland Trail Blazers. Not going to spend too much time on that terrible game. We got the Sacramento Kings out on the road facing, well, the best team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics, man. Celtics laying 8.5 here in this one. The Celtics really have nothing to play for. They got the number 1 seed locked up in the entire postseason, so whoever they're playing in the West in the finals, they will have home court advantage there. They'll have it throughout the Eastern Conference postseason as well. But that really hasn't stopped them from kicking the crap out of teams they're supposed to kick the crap out of. And I know Derek White is out, Jaylen Brown is out, but still, I'll lean in the direction of the Boston Celtics. Unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade these boys, I just don't plan on doing so. We already seen them air out the Sacramento Kings once this season, 144-119 on the 20th of December. I wouldn't be surprised they did the exact same here. Kings on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. They got aired out in New York yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised at all if the Celtics beat up on them here in this spot as well. I know the Kings as an underdog is usually their spot. They had that game yesterday, and now playing the best team in the NBA following that, I can't trust them. I'm leaning towards Boston, laying the points in that one. We got the New York Knicks out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls. Bulls 1.5-point home favorites in this one. I guess I messed up the graphic. I don't know why it says Bulls plus 7.5. It's Bulls minus 1.5 here in this one. And I am going to take the Bulls and lay the points with them at home, at the crib. I got to fade the Knicks on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. They were at home yesterday. Did get the dub over the Sacramento Kings. Nice comeback win for them there. But Bulls, revenge game, at home, at the crib, have the rest advantage as they haven't played, since what, Monday? Was that Monday or Tuesday? They ain't played in a couple days. The Bulls always play to their competition. When they play bad teams, they're going to lose. It's just who the Bulls are. When they play bad teams, they're going to give you a heart attack. Don't bet them when they play bad teams. But when they play good teams, well, it seems like that's when they play their best basketball. Just go look at the last 15 games or so for the Chicago Bulls. When they play good teams, they play up to them and play really hard. When they play bad teams, you can't trust them. The Knicks are a good team. The Knicks are just really, really banged up right now. We saw Randall out for the season. Anunoby probably won't play in this one. Don't like the spot for the Knicks on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Give me your Chicago Bulls at home on a Friday night. I think they win the game. Next game up, we got the Miami Heat out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Rockets 2.5-point home dogs here. Miami had that game yesterday against the Philadelphia 76ers. They had it until they didn't. They pooped it away in the end. And the Rockets, well, as I told you guys in the intro, they were my play of the day yesterday. I bet them big, too. I loved the spot for the Rockets yesterday. The double revenge spot at home, at the crib, season on the line. Needed to win that game against Golden State to become 2 games back of them for the final spot in the play-in. for the last spot in the Western Conference. You know, the best home ATS team in basketball is the Houston Rockets. I absolutely loved the spot yesterday. And them boys got taken behind the woodshed. The Golden State Warriors were not playing with them yesterday. The thing here is, on the jam session, we trust spots and situations. That has led us to the beautiful season we've had all season. I got to trust the spot and situation again here tonight. I know the Rockets let us down last night, but home dog here, sign me up. Rockets have been a different team, different animal, different monster at home, at the crib all season. Don't really trust Miami on the back end of a back-to-back with travel, leaving Philadelphia and now having to go play a tough defensive team like the Houston Rockets. Revenge game at home at the crib for Houston in this one as well, as they lost to Miami earlier this season. Final score was 120-113 on the 8th of January. Miami has been playing well recently, but in my mind, this is a legitimate 50-50 game. And if you're going to give me the best home ATS team in basketball as a dog, where they go crazy at, sign me up, especially fading a team on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Give me Houston. No, they let us down yesterday, but we got to trust the spots and situations. I like the spot and situation for them here today. I'm on the Houston Rockets. Next game up, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Detroit Pistons out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Another bad game between two bad teams. Pistons will be without their best player, Cade Cunningham. Fontecchio is out. Taj Gibson, game time decision. Jaren Jackson and Bane are both out for the Memphis Grizzlies. Ugly game. Grizzlies have won both meetings this season. 116-102 and 110-108. These two teams just played recently. Memphis got the job done in that one. Memphis probably gets it done again here. I see no reason not to trust Memphis. Memphis has won back-to-back games. They just beat Milwaukee as well. Detroit, I don't like their injury report. I think they're really banged up right now. I know they've been a decent ATS team over the full course of your season, as you see 38, 37, and 1, but so has Memphis at 37 and 39 ATS. Not much value here. Memphis playing well. Memphis should win this game at home, at the crib. You know, Memphis, Friday night in Memphis. I could see that building, you know, actually showing up and supporting their team tonight. I'm going to lean towards the Grizzlies in this one. Next game up, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans 11.5-point home favorites here. Pelicans, when healthy, the numbers suggest they're one of the best teams in the NBA. The numbers have suggested that for the last 2 seasons. The problem with the New Orleans Pelicans is they're almost never healthy, and they're not currently healthy. Brandon Ingram's still out, still missing, still supposed to miss, you know, some more time. I also see Zion Williamson game time decision here. If the Pelicans were healthy, I would have no problem laying the points with them here in this spot, but they're not. And when they're not healthy, they're not the same team, and they just don't hit the same. And we've been able to see that in their recent play. They've now lost 4 of their last 5 home games. Orlando came in there, beat them up. Phoenix came in there, beat them up. Boston came in there, beat them up. Oklahoma City came in there, beat them up. The Pelicans have owned the Spurs this season, winning all 3 meetings, 121-106, 146-110. But that last meeting was really competitive. They barely beat San Antonio 114-113. The last one was on the 2nd of February. San Antonio has been really, really competitive recently, and I think San Antonio does enough to compete here in this one. I want the points in my back pocket with the Wimbies, with the Spurs. I just can't trust the Pelicans while banged up. If they were healthy, would I have a problem laying 11.5? No, I wouldn't, but they're not healthy, so I have a problem laying 11.5 with them at home. They looked absolutely disgusting second half of that last game against the Orlando Magic. You know, they should win the game. The Pelicans should win this game tonight, but laying double digits with them is something I cannot do. Spurs have been a decent ATS team recently. I think they battle hard here tonight, Friday night, and at least get the cover. Give me San Antonio plus the points here in this one. Next game up, man, we got, low-key the hottest team in the league right now, the Golden State Warriors. They're out on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. We just saw these two teams play the other day. Golden State got the job done in Golden State. Final score in that one was 104-100. I thought refs let Klay Thompson kind of get away with a travel late in that basketball game. That kind of would have turned the tide, me personally. But That happens when you're betting the NBA full season. Look, I think the Mavs are the better basketball team, and I'm betting them here tonight in the quick revenge spot. We've seen these quick revenge spots happen all the time, and they usually split in these situations, and I think that's exactly what happens here. Both teams do come into this game on a back end of a back-to-back. Mavs no travel as they aired out the Atlanta Hawks yesterday. The Golden State Warriors, some slight travel. They were in Houston. Dallas and Houston are like 3.5 hours apart. So not major travel, but some slight travel for the Warriors. I think this is just a run out of gas style spot for the Warriors. This being their fifth home game, last 6 games on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Kind of a sigh of relief let out for the Warriors as they did what they were supposed to do. They're now in the postseason for sure as they, widened the gap yesterday against the Rockets, the team that was chasing them down for that last and final spot. Not really too much to play here for the Golden State Warriors. They can technically, I guess, still leapfrog the Lakers and get it as a home game in that play-in style game, but I don't know if they have enough in the tank for that. The Mavs still can catch the Clippers for the 4 seed. Not a whole lot of room for them to do that either, but still plausible. I'm just playing the quick revenge spot at home at the crib for the Mavs. The Mavs need to prove to themselves that they can beat the Warriors. Remember, the Warriors beat the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. Mavs haven't forgot that. Mavs, I think, are destined for the finals. I have the Mavs going to the NBA Finals. Is it a little fandom? A little bit. But do I think they've been one of the best teams in the NBA since the trade deadline? Most definitely, and the numbers back that up. Look at the Mavs, 44-32 ATS. Last year, they were the worst ATS team in basketball. Right now, today, the Mavs are the number 2 ATS team in basketball. Golden State's up there, too. Golden State's right there on their heels. You know what I mean? But the Mavs are number 2, Brody. I'm on my team tonight. I see no reason to jump off. The Mavs have gone stupid, dummy, crazy, low-key, at home recently. Their only loss came to these Warriors. And in the quick revenge spot, I think my team gets it done. I'm on my Mavs. I'm laying the points tonight at home, at the crib. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment, out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Suns, 4.5-point home favorites here. Look, the Suns have been overrated, overvalued all season. That's why they're one of the worst ATS teams in basketball. I honestly, wholeheartedly don't understand how the Suns are this sizable of favorites over the T-Wolves. You're going to give me this much plus money fading Phoenix with the team that's been the better basketball team all season? Sign me up. I know that the Suns beat up on the Timberwolves way earlier this season, but that game was back in November. Based off just everything I've seen recently, the T-Wolves are the better basketball team. They've been that all season. And they're this sizable of a dog to the Suns? I don't get it. If I was the lines maker, my line would be Minnesota -1, legitimately. My line would be Minnesota -1, even here in Phoenix. Phoenix has been playing well recently. We'll give them some credit. But still, you're going to give me this much plus money attacking. You're going to give me basically a 1.5 with the Minnesota Timberwolves, the better team for the full course of the season. I think they actually match up well against Phoenix in a revenge game as well. Sign me up. This is a legitimate 50-50 style game. Minnesota has a clear path to winning it defensively like they have for most of their games this season. I'm on Minnesota here, straight up on the money line. Going to give me this much plus money. Sign me up. Last and final game of the night, man. We got the Los Angeles Clippers laying 12.5 on the Utah Jazz. The Jazz, man, they've played, 28 games on the road this season. 22 of those have been double-digit road losses. The Jazz are straight ass on the road. We've known that all season. So, just based on that, the Jazz are going to lose this game by double digits. The thing is, we're getting 12.5. So, I'm on the Utah Jazz, man. They probably lose the game by 11. Fuck the Clippers, respectfully. What else do y'all want me to do? I told you guys earlier this season, I almost guaranteed it, that at the end of the season, we were going to be profitable fading the Clippers. And we are that currently, as they're 36-40 against the number. I love fading the Clippers. It's my favorite thing to do. they're banged up right now as well. And I don't like the spot for them on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. You want me to lay 12 and a half? Can't do it. Won't do it. Are the Jazz terrible? Yes. Do the Jazz get their doors blown off on the road all the time? Yes. Are the Jazz going to lose this game by double digits? Probably. But does that still mean there's room in there for them to get the cover? Yes, it does. I see an 11-point Jazz loss here in this one. A cover for Utah. Another non-cover for the Clippers. Fuck them. Respectfully, man. That's all I got for y'all boys here on our last and final game of the night. Hey, look. Quick little flyer play for y'all just because. I'm on Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight. I am. Paige, she's a bucket too. UConn, they're really, really good. But I think Iowa gets their revenge. I think Caitlin Clark gets her revenge. I think she gets the last live. She's been in that mode this season, legacy season. I'm on Caitlin Clark and Iowa. I'll probably just take a money line. So just a little random play for y'all. Thought I'd speak on it while it was on my mind. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including that NBA play of the day. We did drop it yesterday with the Houston Rockets. I did bet them pretty big. It happens. We lost it. Still going to trust our spots and situations, though. Huge bounce back Friday for your guy, man. If you're rocking with me, rock with me. You can scoop up my NBA play of the day at Pickdawgz Premium. You can hop on something long-term as we continue to try to find value in the regular season with the postseason on the horizon. Or you can join my All Access Club. The information for that is in the description below, man. Looking to bounce back on a money-making Friday when we've gone cold. That usually means there's an absolute heater on the back end, man. We brought the Cardis out today. Y'all know what it means. It's business per usual, man. We're here to kick the crap out of the books, and I think we're going to do exactly that here on a money-making Friday, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I'm out of here. Peace.